Alright, welcome to Fair's Fair, and today we're going to be talking about children's shows. No, not the things recommended by YouTube, which for some reason were recommended to me and my creator. Got a question to YouTube. What exactly made you think this was what I was looking for? At all? Was something about my searches confusing you? Because I'm pretty sure I got these as a recommendation on an Armored Skeptic video. Like, what? But no, we're actually here to talk about children's shows that have big fandoms. And more specifically, why you're gonna have to calm down. It's still a kids' show. Now, a bit of a disclaimer, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a show. No matter who the target audience is, I'm sure they've put little bits and jokes that are nice and dark in all kids' shows, as well as some enjoyable jokes that maybe only adults would get. My issue is when you pretend that this show is therefore inherently good because they've hidden some stuff in it that you'll enjoy too. That's so you don't have to try and gouge your higher brain functions out with an auger after having to listen to this show for hours on end because you made the mistake of reproducing. That doesn't necessarily make it a good show, and this is seen in a lot of the fandoms out there, particularly in Gravity Falls. And yeah, there's some impressive shit in there.
Can I have my journal back?
You're not going anywhere.
I've been waiting a long time to use this. We're only gonna have one chance to take this shot. Ah! Oh no!
Well. And here I thought today couldn't get any better! Would you look at that? Those kids really care about you, and you care about them.
Don't you?
What are you? Oh no.
Perhaps torturing those kids will make you talk.
No, not the kids, you can't.
Let's get this over with.
It's fun, but it's not that great a show. It doesn't have a very good plot or storyline, and pretending that it's designed for adults, or indeed that most adults would enjoy it, is frankly selling it a bit high. It's not just about it. There's plenty of shows for children that have good jokes in them, or serious or epic moments. I know I called Avatar: The Last Airbender a children's show, but it's leaning a bit more towards family-friendly than actual children's show, but it still counts because it still has a lot of the childish humor. Like Gravity Falls, or either of Disney's attempt at getting in on that sweet anime isekai money. Cause let's face it, stuff like Amphibia is mostly for kids. Stuff like The Owl House is mostly for kids. There's not a huge amount of integrated story, or indeed consistent characters in any of these. The humor is childish, the characters are childish, and how people react to things changes depending on what the plot needs. They're not good shows. They're a great stepping stone for getting children into good shows, but they themselves are not all that great. And I'm not saying you can't enjoy them. Again, I say again before you burn my channel to the ground. There's some epic shit. The Owl House has some amazing fights in it.
Sister, I see that you got my invitation to a witch's duel.
Where is she?
Easy now.
You've always looked down on me because I'm wild, but fortunately, that just made me work harder than you.
It's sad to see you slowing down, sister. Tell me, is it the curse?
Maybe it is the curse, but then how pathetic are you that you can't best me at my worst?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good show overall. It has some good dark humor in it.
Back off, or the dog gets it!
Well, that's the last time I take an outside referral.
That was a sentient being! She ate him! I didn't know Disney was appealing to vor fetishists. But it's important to recognize the difference between a children's show and a family-friendly show. I think Korra is where they finally crossed away from children's into more family-friendly, which makes, you know, stuff like Bolin even more inexcusable. Because family-friendly is not the same as a children's show. Zootopia is not a children's movie, it's a family-friendly movie. That means that anyone could walk into it and potentially enjoy it. Just because something's animated doesn't mean it's for children. Evidently. But Zootopia didn't have a huge amount of childish characters, or indeed stupid slapstick comedy. No bodily humor to speak of, as far as I could tell at least. It overall had a compelling story, a decent message, and could be enjoyed by an adult. This is what makes it a family-friendly movie instead of a children's movie. A children's movie is kind of, well, focused on children. Like practically everything Michael Bay makes. Only, you know, he likes to pretend that Transformers and Ninja Turtles were designed for adults. No. Add all the explosions you want. Sorry, Bay. You've made children's movies. That's why people hate you. And I'm aware that I'm a bit of a hypocrite here because I do enjoy some shows that are predominantly focused on children. The Owl House is a great example. I enjoy putting it on in the background while videos are being edited. By my editor, of course. I don't know how to use it. They don't let me use the computer. I just get to sit in a cage nearby. But it's pretty entertaining for my editor to just have it on as white noise in the background, usually on a TV off to the side or behind him. You know, because he can follow along, see the epic bits, and it's kinda neat. Only, that's not a point in its favor. The fact that he can actively participate in editing this video, and indeed other videos, while watching it, not focusing on it, and still understand and follow the few bits of plot that it has, shows that it doesn't actually require a lot of focus. Being able to focus on something else and knowing that you're not going to miss enough that it matters means that the show is wasting a lot of time on the childish bits. Again, it's okay to like it, but the fact that I see so many people, in especially the Gravity Falls community, insisting that this is a great show and adults should all watch it, no! It's an okay show that you can be a fan of because it has some pretty funny bits in it, as well as some decent fights that are, well, interesting to watch at the very least. It has a storyline, and it's a great way to teach your kids that a storyline is important, even in a ridiculous show. But that doesn't mean that everyone's gonna like it. Even the brony community figured this out. They know their show is for children. They know that the jokes that are hidden in there aren't really worth getting into the show if you don't like the overall cuteness of it. The brony community learned that they shouldn't be plastering it all over everyone's wall and telling everyone they should watch it because they would enjoy it. They say, give it a chance, if you want. And they never insisted that you were wrong if you didn't like it. They accepted that it was a children's show, mostly. Bear in mind, every community has its black sheep. But they accepted that it was a children's show. They accepted that the vast majority of adults would not enjoy this show, so they didn't try to pretend that the vast majority of adults would. Or indeed that the majority of people who saw it would inherently like it. I like a bit more story. I like it to be a bit denser. I don't like the idea that I could absent-mindedly half pay attention to it in the background and not miss anything. If large swaths of your story can be skipped, then there's a problem. It's not compelling. It doesn't have enough in it. It has too much fill. Enjoy your shows, love your shows, but don't sit here and defend them as writing excellence when they were designed to be focused on children. They're funny and you like them. Hell, I like at least one or two of them. But they're not good shows. And remember, all of the people watching this, and indeed all 4 to 5 of my subscribers, God, I am picking up. Don't jump on people because they enjoy this. Don't jump on them if they say they enjoy it, because that's not a reasonable thing to do. They're allowed to enjoy it, and if they say, hey, give it a try, don't cram my video down their throat. That's not what this video's for. That's not a reasonable reaction at all. They like it, they offered for you to like it. Try it, maybe you will like it. But if they don't, or you don't, depending on who's on which side of this argument, don't get upset or freak out because they didn't enjoy it, or because they start pointing out how childish it is. You knew that going in. You got over it. They don't want to. That's fine. They want to focus on more adult entertainment. That's their shtick. Everyone has a level of childishness they're willing to put up with. Mine is exceedingly high because children were a mistake. Honestly, one of the worst things that God ever invented. I think it's like right up there with the platypus or taxes. But hey, do you like a children's show? Do you like something about it? What do you like about it? Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, blah blah blah, feed the algorithm. And share my videos. I really have very little exposure. So, you know, let people know I exist. Talk about me. And if you absolutely hate me for daring to suggest that a children's show does not have golden writing that holds up to the standards of more adult shows, or indeed by claiming that Avatar and Legend of Korra have better writing than your favorite children's show, feel free to flip your shit down in the comments, and remember to be entertainingly angry.